Alright guys, we got a Frigidaire unit, and right now the unit is totally silent and you have lights but nothing is going on. You unplug, plug back in, same thing. What I want you to pay attention to is under here. This is the control. That's your door light switch, and that's your light bulb. Now, this unit has a timer, and you will see it right there. What you want to do, take a flat blade screwdriver, sometimes even a Phillips. Let's focus. You want to turn clockwise, and the unit should come on. Let me take you around back so you can hear that it is silent and it's not turning on. You can tell that it's off. All right, let's go turn it on. Clockwise. And if it doesn't turn, you have a bad timer. Yeah, that timer is bad. Screw and screw and screw. Let's get it on. All right, so this is the timer, and it is held in usually 2 Phillips screws. So we're gonna pull it out, and we're gonna put a new one in just to get it up and running. Unplug it back there. There's a harness. So we are just going to replace it with this one for now, just to show you. Pretty straightforward. Now, the plug-in, all that should be the same, and you do have your thermostat, which is right here. Heat sometimes can cause you not to turn on, so keep that in mind as well. If you're getting a situation where you're not turning on, you can do a quick bypass of these 2 wires, and if this is good, the unit should turn on. Or do the turn I was showing you. You can rotate clockwise. Listen. That's a timer. So let's take this one out. You're gonna have some connectors here, no big deal. Just pull them off. Tab, tab, and it comes right on out. I will need 2 hands. No tripod today, so just don't break it. And you put it back in. All right, so we're gonna use our regular timer. This is just for testing, and we're gonna verify that the timer is not working, and the one we're using is gonna be just for testing. Reason is I'll explain later, and we want to verify that everything else is good on the unit. We had some noises, I think dog or whatever it was, so I want to do voiceover on this one just to explain what's going on. All right, so timer is in. Connections are made. We're going to open this one up as well, and we're going to fix it, see what's going on with it, and put it back in the unit to make everything nice and safe. Now, we're going to be tightening the 2 Phillips screws to make sure that it is nice and secure. Now, this is only temporarily, guys. You do not want to run your unit with this timer in place. This is only short term. I'll explain a little bit more why it's very important that you put back the original timer in this unit. Two tabs, and you're going to have your connector. plug that in first. Make sure the unit is unplugged. Connector, the part you press to go in, points to the bottom. If that helps. Push it in, make sure it's in. Insert the 2 tabs. Now start your first screw. It's a 1/4-inch screw. All right, sorry about the angle here. Pretty straightforward. Just installing the 2 screws. Then we're going to be turning on the unit. It is turned on. And as soon as we plug it in, you'll hear the compressor. Hear that? All right, so now that you hear it's running, I'm going to show you now the actual safe way to keep your refrigerator running, just because you got to remember this is an R600. I'll explain more about why it's actually in a special casing and why you do not want to leave it like this. If you do, you're taking a chance, a pretty big chance, which is not worth it. All right, let me show you the fix. So I want to talk a little bit about the timer on the Frigidaire R600 model. Now, I went ahead and opened it up, and as you can see, this unit is totally sealed. So I opened it up, and I knew it was a timer on the inside, and the reasoning behind why everything is sealed so properly is R600. It's an isobutane, so special precaution has to be taken when dealing with anything electronic that has a potentiality of spark or sparking. All right, so if that unit, if your fridge, there is a leak inside the unit and the butane is escaping, you're not home, could be sleeping. Now the cavity of the refrigerator is full of this refrigerant. As the timer is moving and as the refrigerant, isobutane, as it has filled the cavity inside the timer is electronic, it is moving. That's a spark, okay? And that's ignition. So, yes, you can put one of these in to check your unit to make sure that that is the part that is bad or not bad, and your fridge is working, so you know you have a bad timer. Now, open this one up nicely. Sometimes they're a little bit tough, but we're going to open it up. So what I'm going over now is basically showing that the timers are basically the same, except for a tiny variation. Now, you want to make sure that the unit is perfectly sealed, so the other timer was not able to seal as well, and we weren't able to use that. So I wanted to show you that you might not be able to use a regular timer in there. Reason for that, just because of the base. Now, you want to basically, we're going to be going over fixing the original one and basically get it running with the original unit. That's the best solution, and I just kind of want to show it in case someone try to do it. It will not totally seal up properly, and your main area, which is a pretty good gap, you do not want to take a chance with something like that. All right, so we're going to be jumping forward now and getting the unit unstuck and sealed up and reinstalled back into the unit. So what we're looking at, you'll see it shortly. That's the actual wheel or gear, and it turns. It is stuck. You'll see a close-up shortly. Which was stopping the timer from actually rotating. It's impossible for it to rotate, being stuck. You have a gear up here that turns. All right. Make sure everything stays the way it was. Okay, now if you try now to turn, you turn clockwise always. See that? So we're working. So now, what we're going to do now is cover him back. Put him back in his original housing. And we're going to seal him up. Super important. Using Flex Seal, works great. It's white. And we're going to do, I'm going to put a bead along here. And along the edge. In fact, you could probably take them out. and go ahead and lay your bead down so you don't make a mess. And whatever is not sticking, you can also just wipe it off. It's better to have more than not enough. You can also wipe it off. No big deal. And hopefully you have enough here. We'll let this dry and we'll seal along the edges. Yeah, let's get this guy in first. I suggest you wear some gloves. Okay. Try not to make too much of a mess here. Don't forget your seal. And we should be able to just seal it up and let it just seal itself, just like that. Now, you can go along the edge, make sure everything is nice and sealed. And you want to do it before it dries, because once it's dry, it's going to be hard to do. Just make sure you get every area that you might think or you see any opening. This thing has to be sealed. Has to be. Alright, I think we're totally sealed on this one. Now you can use a clamp or rubber band, just wrap around it and just let it cure overnight or so. If you have something to keep it tight, you can actually just put it right back in the unit, but you want to make sure that it is at least sealed or nice and dry. And you can clean up with water once you're done. And make sure you don't get any flex seal on your contact points here. That's not going to be good for you. It will not conduct electricity. So, all right, I think we're done here. Double check your work. And anything that you might think needs to be covered, do it. This is not something you want to take a chance. Again, you do not want any open areas. Just want to stress that. All right, we'll look good. And I'll double check it again once it's hardened. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this with tape or something just for overnight.
All right, enjoy the rest of the video. We're pretty much ready to go to put it in and get this thing wrapped up.
All right, so now we have our original unit all fixed and sealed, so we're good to go. I'm going to do one last plug-in just to verify that it is working. Compressor's on.